I don't. I just stay away from them, man.
You don't eat Oreos.
I try not to. These Oreos are not for me.
What cookie do you like?
Well, that's just a little bit more than a get to know you question, is it?
MotorWeek fans, what is up?
Oh, yes.
If you don't know me, I'm Greg Carlos, assistant producer, and this is
Ben Davis.
That's right. We're a big part of the road test department, and we're trying out something new today. It is what we call Around the Block, and it's a webisode, essentially. Online only content, which a lot of you seem to be viewing right now.
We should start it off by turning the air on, though, dude.
Let's turn the air on. This is typical Audi fare. Going down to 63. No cooled seats. We didn't even say we're in the Audi SQ5.
This, and it's got trim that I've seen a lot of Audi trim. I've never really seen this trim before. It kind of looks like suit pants material. It's like black wood grain with some pinstriping silver on top of that. It looks very much like a pinstripe suit. Didn't like it quite at first, but it's growing on me.
Did it really? Did it grow on you?
Well, I mean, when you appreciate it for what it is, I mean, at first it looks like the wood grain kind of looks just like a cheesy ink transfer that didn't take all the way, but when you look deeper and realize that it's actually trying to be black stained wood, then I can kind of appreciate it a little more.
I've yet to get to that point. I never liked it from the start, and
so you just eating a plate of hater tots.
So this is the second Q5 variation we've been in like, what is it, 2 months?
Yeah, that TDI was a torque beast.
It was, but this is the SQ5, and it actually has, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's got to be somewhere close in torque, if not more. But it is the gasoline, it's the V6. It sounds way, way better, like all the other S's variants, like S4, S5, what have you. But we were talking a couple of days ago. You said you wanted you'd go with the
I'd
TDI.
still go with the diesel just to have the range. And I don't really drive like a hot rod that much, so the torque is the same, it feels to me, between the two models. And while this does sound better, I'm sure I would put like a Greddy blow-off valve on it and some trick exhaust, and then you're dealing with a whole nother ball of awesome.
That is, if we could afford it, because I think even the TDI was actually pretty high priced, as is this. Is there Monroney in there?
Yeah, I mean, we're just dreaming here. There's no way I could ever afford this vehicle, but if I could, I would go the TDI route.
This one should be in the 60s, I believe.
This is 6'4", 195.
It's too much for me, but
I launched it, Chewy.
It sounds awesome. I'm in a dynamic mode, and if you're familiar with Audi, which of course we are, there's dynamic, comfort, auto, which essentially just chooses for you, and then there's individual, which you can set engine performance, suspension, and the audio system's pretty good too. Apparently Ben is sick of me talking to you.
Sorry, boss. I guess the TDI didn't have that flat bottom wheel. That's like
no, this is the, I guess, just to the SQ5, which I really like it. I like the flat bottom steering wheel. Pretty much put any flat bottom steering wheel into a car and I'm gonna like it.
I'm gonna say this Audi SQ5 TDI.
SQ5 TDI, a lot of letters.
Wrap yourself around that.
I could wrap myself around that. I think I would enjoy a performance-oriented diesel, and you wouldn't see a lot of them around, which I know is what you're into with your Carmen Ghia fixation as of right now.
Very much, very much. Oh, and I like Scirocco's too. I'd like to put a TDI in a Scirocco with a DSG trans, if anybody out there has one already made. I would love for you to come, and I would love to test drive it, possibly make a web road test on it.
Oh, that would be a good idea to start doing that. All right, new ideas. This is a brainstorming session.
If you got a crazy swap job with some not popular swap items, i.e. Scirocco with a TDI DSG, reach out to us. Let us know. We'd love to do something with it for sure.
The shift knob, we were talking about this earlier. There's a bigger shift knob on the SQ5 as with other S's. Again, it's big, and I like a big shift knob. I just don't know if it conforms to my hand.
It's like
enough.
the size of a racquetball almost.
Yeah, it's big. It's just, it doesn't conform to my hand the way I want it to. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly.
I've got small girl hands, so, but I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool. It reminds me of
it's cool. I think it could feel better in my hand.
But it's just an automatic, you know. It's not like you're going to be using it that much.
That's true. Then we have heated and cooled cup holders, or one cup holder, which is unfortunately hidden under the center console, which even slides back and forth, but even then you can't really get to it.
That hot gets hot too. I put my hand in there just to see what's up. It could burn you for sure.
We really test these cars, people, and sometimes we put ourselves at risk of injury, as Ben obviously.
I mean, yeah, you could put a chili cheese dog in there from 7-Eleven, and it would be hot when you got to work, wherever you were going to eat it. That would be great.
Not my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. They've also got some, I saw in the center console, they have places to put 6 of your favorite CDs, which is great if you're heading back to the 90s.
Let's not point any fingers.
So I just filled up on Super Premium, which this SQ5 seems to need, and I don't know how much it really helps in fuel economy, but it helps performance, that's for sure.
$1.47, dude. I think I got overcharged for a 12OZ.
$1.40. What was a like a 16 ounce?
I didn't even look.
Wow.
What were you saying?
I was just talking about putting the premium in the Audi V6, saying mainly it's just for the performance of this thing, because obviously the fuel economy isn't great. What did I say before? It's like 15, which obviously is pretty bad in today's standards. So we're fueled up, full tank, and now we're on to the second task, which is Oreos.
Yeah.
Oreos. After the Oreo pickup, we'll have to switch drivers so we can get more than one impression. I love the Q5. I mean, I could drive this thing all day. When we were driving out to 7580, the first day we drove out there in the NV200 taxi, which is cool and all, but it's not ideal for driving on 70 west at 70 miles an hour. It's not very comfortable. But this thing, man, it felt like what is normally an hour drive felt like 20 minutes, man. It was phenomenal. Love this thing.
Yeah, this is the ultimate daily driver. The same goes with the TDI. This seemed, probably because it's an S, it seemed to turn quicker and has a lighter, not a bad lightness to it, not unattached lightness, but the steering is very quick. And the effort is just where you need it to be. It's perfect. For daily use, unbelievable.
For show. The only thing that held it back was, and I took it through the cones a little bit, but
I know where you're going.
The snow tires, which our Q5 TDI had, and it was awesome because it was right in the heart of winter, and we had snowed. Yeah, we had a lot of snow, and I think just ate it up. This still has the snow tires on it. It's really holding it back performance-wise. Just feels real soft. Now, if it snows, then we're set, but I don't think it's going to snow anymore. So I just don't feel like I'm getting the full SQ5 experience like I would want to. How's the coffee?
Dude, they only had a splash of French vanilla, so I had to fill the rest up with hazelnut. I'm not digging it, but I need it.
$1.46 too much.
I should have just paid somebody $1.46 to slap me in the face a bunch of times. Wake me up that way. It feels about the same. If you could get a manual in this, would you get it?
Well, you mean would that make my decision to buy this car specifically? Or like, obviously, if you were to buy one anyway,
if
I was to buy an SQ5 anyway, would I get it with a manual?
If you could.
That's a good question, because I remember the S5 we had like a year ago. It had a really smooth shifting manual, but this automatic is really, really nice. It is so quick on the shifts, and I do enjoy rowing my own gears, and that's a good question. Like, I don't drive.
Time I did shift an Audi, it must have been a TT.
Well, right, but then I'm starting to think I like shifting, but I like shifting when I'm driving aggressively and I'm driving in a track setting. And if I'm buying SQ5, I'm probably not going to be doing that a lot. And I think it would end up I think if I bought the manual in this, if it had a manual, I would end up saying, should have bought the automatic.
So it needs a more aggressive PDK-esque transmission.
Do you think it needs? I mean, it's pretty quick now. I mean, it's obviously not a PDK.
That's true. It does shift lightning quick. I forgot about that.
But you're right. It's not a PDK.
But I guess it doesn't need to be. You're not going to drive like that. Nobody drives like that.
They've just gotten so good at making these automatics. I mean,
if you don't drive them, we probably sound crazy, because I wouldn't believe it either had I not put this hand on many of them.
We do get a lot of comments about, it's almost sacrilege to say that a manual is not as good as an automatic, but it's absolutely true now. But you have to drive it to really understand where we're coming from.
That PDK hits so hard, it pushes air out of my chest that smelled like a hot dog that I ate in '85. That's how deep it hits.
And had you had these heated cup holders in '85, it would have been a chili dog, and it would have been a fresh chili dog no matter what time it was.
And it would have been a much lower regulated chili dog, so it would have been boom!
No government chili dog. V60 tomorrow, which is the Volvo Sport Wagon.
I'm looking forward to that.
Which, yeah.
Wait, did that sound? I'm looking forward to that.
We haven't had a wagon in a while.
How did that sound?
I mean,
I'm looking forward to that.
I think
I'm talking myself into it.
Project more into the camera. I don't think you were quite believable.
I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's an ocean race.
People at home can smell the. Is all I'm saying.
We did have CTS V-Wagon in 3 years ago.
That was before me.
Yeah.
Well, actually, did you have it in, or was it at Roebling? I remember
that was a Hennessy wagon that we had at Roebling.
Yeah, when I came in. Okay. Yeah, when I came in as an intern, you guys had just put out the test of that Hennessy wagon, which looked awesome.
That thing kicked donkey.
Kicked donkey. That is the phrase of the day. Ben Davis, you won a chance to drive an Audi SQ5.
Good Lord, too tall.
Sorry. There's a bit of a height difference between me and Ben. It's not huge, but it is significant.
It's the difference between above average and statuesque. Paddle shifters.
Oh, I forgot about that.
They're big. You can't miss them. And that's... Mercedes seems to tuck theirs way deep. You hardly even realize they're there.
Mercedes has a real big problem with putting too much stuff on the column. There's Distronic, there's the paddles, there's wipers, there's all kinds of
in a
stalks.
lot of cases,
yeah,
unless
shifter.
it's a high performance one.
I can't tell you how many times I've hit the wrong stalk. And that, sorry, end rant. That was just my problem with Mercedes at the moment.
They look like elephant ears. You cannot miss these. I tell you what though, even on the track, if it has a sports setting, I don't use the paddles. I hate to admit it, but for the track, another thing about doing paddles right, mount them on the column like Infiniti does.
Bentley as well.
And I believe Ferrari does that too.
Yep, Ferrari will do that too.
Because if you're serious about track, they're always right there at 10 and 2, where you should be. And this, plus minus, is backwards, if you ask me.
Yes.
Mazda does it right. A couple others do it right, where the plus is towards the back and minus is towards the front. Because if I'm hunkering down on the brakes going into a turn, my my inertia is going this way, and I want to hit the stick and downshift that way. If I'm slammed into the seat accelerating, it's much easier for me to pull that stick backwards than it is to push it forwards.
I'm the same way. I just don't understand how you could feel like upshifting is forward and downshifting is backwards. I mean, to me, if I want to upshift, it's just pull back. Maybe we're weird. I don't know.
Well, think about fighter jets. You pull that stick back.
I've flown many fighter jets.
You're heading straight up in the sky, and it makes sense. If you're heading straight up in the sky, you're certainly not going to be able to push anything forward.
We are essentially, what Ben is trying to say is we are essentially fighter jet pilots. This pretty much solidifies that.
Oh, I got a lock on, bro. I got a lock on. Look out.
Switch the guns.
Evasive. See, I signaled left and did right to try to throw him off, and it worked. It's just a flare.
When you're using navigation, do you like north up or do you like heading up?
Oh, heading up. Really? North up drives me crazy.
See, I'm the exact opposite.
Oh, wow.
I get really disoriented if I have heading up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to have north up. It actually angers me. Much like getting into a car now that doesn't have push button start. Get very angry, which is never good when you're driving. Really? You like heading up?
I thought you knew that about me, man.
Apparently not. And I also didn't know about your cookie choice, which...
Because if I'm approaching a turn, I've got to see it in front of me, knowing which... That makes it so much easier for me to know which way to turn than to be flying down a road and I'm scrolling left to right or right to left or top to bottom, and I'm like, whoa, God. Okay, top to bottom, and I got a left-hander turning up. To me, it looks like a right. I don't have time to process this stuff.
These webisodes are actually going to let our personalities come through. I think people see us as just the guy who gets into the car and moves the seat forward and backwards.
Really good at adjusting things.
Really good at adjusting things. Really good at moving the shifter forward and backwards. But, we're people. We have personalities. I like things. I hate things. I don't know. It's just, who knows? Maybe we'll have... Oh, my God. I think you're in dynamic, aren't you?
I'm not even in sport. Was I in sport?
You were under gear.
I was. Dude, I wasn't even in sport.
Oh, my God. Outside of a muscle car, this thing is one of the better sounding cars. And, you can throw the F-Type in there, but we've had this conversation on many a podcast.
Well, an S5 in dynamic mode, an S5 two-door coupe that we had last year at the track, that is, for all intents and purposes, a European Shelby or something, man.
This is true.
Sounds like it. It's awesome like it. But it's awesome. More sophisticated.
Sophisticated Shelby.
It's like the difference between a heart surgeon and a dentist. The Audi is definitely more sophisticated.
Yeah, but all right. Another question. So there's a Audi S5 in the parking lot, and there is a how about an Audi RS5? Audi RS5 and a Shelby GT500.
That's what I meant to say.
RS5. Audi RS5 and a Shelby GT500 in the parking lot. And you're going on a date. You're going to pick up a girlfriend you just met on Tinder. It's your first date. What are you taking to impress this girl?
Wow. I don't know if I would consider
there's the questions we're looking for.
How impressed she would be. I don't think it would register. I would just try to make myself feel as good as possible, and I would choose the Shelby just because I'm a quiet guy, and therefore I need my car to be loud and in your face because I'm really not capable of such noise. And that American feel, that not quite polished, not quite as precise feel to me is good. I don't like everything to be smooth and well dressed. I just like to interrupt Greg whenever he tries to speak.
Joke's on you. I was just going to say, I'll play psychologist for the moment, and I was just going to say before you went into that spiel that seems like your car, like that's your personality, is that GT500. And I think I would do the RS5, honestly, because
See, I think you're lying to yourself.
Really?
I think you're a Shelby guy too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Shelby. Well, now you got me confused. All right. I'm not paying for this session.
If there's anybody with a lie-ometer, what is that? We can hook it up to Greg and ask him. That's not the technical term.
I know. You got me really confused. I don't even know.
Polygraph.
Polygraph. My God. You know, sitting here alone as Ben is inside getting his Oreos, I thought it would be easy to be a one-man show, but I just can't do it. I don't have interesting enough thoughts. I mean, honestly, how long does it take to get Oreos? You asked me to get Oreos. I'm in there 2 minutes. He must be using north up instead of heading up, because he's clearly lost in the grocery store. So Benny is finally making his way back towards the car. Hopefully he got his Oreos. Maybe he got a little extra something for himself. I'm not sure who he's getting the Oreos for if he doesn't even like Oreos. There he is. He's getting to the back door. He's heading west. You're on the wrong side, brother.
That would have been a surprise indeed.
What I was just thinking is I have these calluses on my hand when I was doing drive-bys the other day.
Oh.
I always have calluses on my hand. It's because I'm a man. Anyway.
He lifts things and puts them down.
When I was doing drive-bys, as I'm like, you know, when we do drive-bys, we turn around a lot. That means the wheel's turning in our hands a lot. And that leather on that steering wheel actually shaved down my calluses and made them so smooth. I had the smoothest left hand.
You heard it, Audi. Self-managed, exfoliating steering system.
And you know what? It might not even be Audi, because I remember another one. I can't remember what it was, but after driving it all day, it was like my hands were smooth.
I did back-to-back drive-bys one day in the summer a few years ago, and actually had a neck sprain.
Really?
From turning around so much. Out of all the controllers that control all kinds of stuff mounted on the center stack, armrest location, the console, I like Audi the best.
Yeah, maybe. BMW's up there. BMW has a real big.
BMW the most. Dislike.
Even the X5 we had in. Well, you know what? I didn't like the X5s. I think that one actually changed because that was a new model year. That one changed because now there's buttons on the other side behind that big knob that you can't even see.
Is that the one where you could write with your finger?
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool, but I don't think I would use it much.
No.
So we are pulling back around to the MotorWeek headquarters, the world headquarters of MotorWeek, television's longest running automotive series.
It's been a good one, guys. We just took you around the block.
Around the block, ATB, hashtag ATB. We're out, boys and ladies. Peace.